This video is going to discuss the stuff that you might want to use in 0 hour that's launching as of today's reset. Just a reminder to people, make sure you hit subscribe. How much more do I have to ask? So the artifact mods is what you want to get right first. So the builds that I'm sort of suggesting is the mods are going to surround that. So obviously you're going to, depending on what weapon type you're using and stuff, don't look at these weapons right now because I may respec this at reset, but just the mods. So we got Killing Trigger, Flint Striker, Torch, Blast Radius is good for getting free armor charges when you're using Rocket Launcher, which we might be today. This mod's good when you're using weapons that match the origin traits that it states. It's really good because it overcharges the weapons that have these origin traits. Torch, Flint Striker, Revitalize and Blast, Overload Rockets if you're using a rocket, but I generally have this equipped. Have it activated. Razor Precision and Solo Operative. Now, if you're using Stasis builds, then it'll change to like Hail of the Storm, Pillar of Ice. If you're using Strand builds, then it's Unraveling Orbs, Horde Shuttle, Wished into Being's decent. I've been told it's okay. It's not like the make or break, to be honest. Main thing is get Solo Operative on, get your Revitalize and Blast and your Overload Rocket on and stuff like that, and you're good. So that's the artifact covered. Let's talk builds. Right, so there isn't much time. The servers are going to shut down. I probably should have planned this video in sooner, but I just had a good idea because the servers are going off 2 o'clock my time, so I haven't got time to make to show you everything for all 3 classes, but the build I'm going to show you can be applied to all 3 classes, Titan, Hunter, Warlock. So this is focusing on getting your solo 0 hour, right? Obviously, for Fireteam clears, you can apply some of this knowledge that I have to that as well. So let's talk build first. So, Solar Warlock, Daybreak, Healing Rift, Celestial Fire. This will give us a debuff via Revitalize and Blast from range. This is more potent to us than Incinerator Snap, unless if we're using the Sunbracer build, then Incinerator Snap would be more useful, but we're not using the Sunbracer build. However, you can go ahead and use the Sunbracer's build. I'm not saying that I won't either. I'm just saying for the Daybreak, Dawn Chorus build, Celestial Fire is better. Healing Grenade aspects are Icarus Dash, Touch of Flame. Touch of Flame is going to enhance a lot of stuff for us. Fragments, Ember of Solace for Restoration, Ember of Ashes to apply more Scorch stacks, which helps us out Daybreak super. Ember of Torches for Radiant via our melee, right? And it'll, it's via our melee in this case. We can also get Radiant via the artifact mods, but we've got that on top. Ember of Empyrean to extend Restoration via our solar weapons, a very important mod. It's -10 resilience, but you need to fit that into your build. So that's that. So going over the exotic, so it's Dawn Chorus. This enhances a lot of stuff in the game that's revolving around Scorch. Any exotic that has the adverb Scorch within it, generally speaking, this exotic will enhance it, right? But not only that, it enhances the Daybreak super quite substantially, and solo wise it's a very good thing to use. So I am recommending that you try this out in 0 hour. There are multiple builds. I haven't got all the time in the world to sort of tell you that right now, like Apotheosis Veil and stuff like that, Karnstein armlets. There's lots of things, but I'm focusing on this today. Right, so for your helmet mods, you want a heavy ammo finder and a siphon mod to match your weapons. For your arms, you want probably a loader on, and then you can either run 2 loaders to match 2 different weapons, or you can do something that helps you build a little bit, like Impact Induction is quite nice because you keep getting your melee back via Dawn Chorus's helmet. So you'll get more nade energy that way, so that's okay. Resistance mods for chest plate, for 0 hour, ultimately, mainly it's going to be double arc resistant and concussive dampener that you want. Okay? Then for boots, I haven't got the mods equipped because it doesn't matter right now. But what you would probably run is scavengers. So I've got a recuperation on here, but if I'm running, say, a void heavy, then I'm going to run a void scav. If I'm running a solar heavy, then it's harmonic scav, and so on and so forth. So you just adjust these mods depending on exactly what you're using, because it's not strict loadouts for weapons in 0 hour per se. Healthy finisher to maintain armor charges via siphons, which we're going to get via solar siphon. So we'll pick up the orbs, we'll get free armor charges at base, right? We then make another build like this, what I prepared earlier, and then we now have triple void weapon surge on because we've got a void weapon on there, right? With elemental time dilation. So the mod has changed from healthy finisher to time dilation. Extends armor charges. It means we get 45 seconds worth of surges, which is a long time. And you can switch to surges. It all depends on what we're using, right? I'm not saying that I'm going to specifically use these like the weapons that I've got right there, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel when it launches, etc. So there are other builds like Karnstein armlets, right? So I may use Karnstein armlets and then surge switch to like a Dawn Chorus. I might do something like that. For Titans and Hunters, it'd be very similar. So I haven't got like it all prepped for the Titan and the Hunter, so I'm sorry about that, but I haven't got the time. But for Titans, it'll be Synthoceps, because you want the damage, or Splendor, but Titan probably better with either Synthoceps or Precious Scars on a solar build, or if you're using a Titan Synthoceps, you can go Worm of the Gods, the Burning Fists exotic, or Synthoceps. For Titans, for Hunters, Cecil Nighthawk Hunters will do really good. Assassin's Cowl Hunters on Solar, Arc will do good in that. There's a lot of things, but like if you just want to copy the Solar fragments, that'll be the same across all Solar, just about very similar. We're wanting the Solace and the Empyrean and all Solar subclasses on all characters have this. We generally always use ashes and you always use torches, etc. etc. It'll be very similar, all right? The same concept will be applied. So, like I say, that's the sort of stuff you're going to want to use build-wise in this. Also, there's some arc builds on the Warlock, but I can't cover everything. If something's super important this week, I'll mention it. But let's go on to weapons that you want to use in 0 hour. So what do we have in 0 hour? Let's think about this. For people who have played it, there's a lot of tanks. In actual fact, let's think how many tanks there is. There are 3 tanks total. Okay. Now on the legend difficulty, they're going to be, wait for it, more tanky. Yeah. So you're going to want a good weapon for tanks, and you're going to want a good weapon for the boss, the final boss. He's a fallen teleporting boss, right? And he's going to have like a solar damage that he does to you. But he's good to snipe. So I recommend a sniper's going to be good in this, but I also think blind and grenade launchers are good in this as well. So like, let's propose this loadout. Succession, Polaris Lance, Edge Transit. So Polaris Lance is going to do really good damage to tanks. It's going to one-shot a lot of red bar enemies and stuff. It's going to do a lot of ignitions. We can literally just DPS with this weapon alone, especially with the Dawn Chorus setup. This will also be applied to Hunter and Titan, that you can use this, right? Edge Transit, we've got Cascade Point, Bait and Switch. Pairs perfectly with a sniper, right? So we're going to be able to proc the Cascade Point and melt the tank, I imagine, with Edge Transit. So Edge Transit's a consideration. So that's a way of doing it, but what we could do instead is run a fixed odds LMG all the way up until the final boss. Then when we get to the final boss, switch to Edge Transit. We could do that. We can eager edge in the meantime for traversal. Okay, we can do all this stuff. So this is an exotic primary way of doing it. By the way, Succession going to be really good in this. So will Supremacy be. Okay, Supremacy is going to be fantastic in this. Kinetic Tremors will melt the tanks. Another thing. Let's see another way of doing this. So what we could do alternatively would be to use Risk Runner. Because Risk Runner, you take a lot of resistance. There's a lot of arc in 0 hour. Risk Runner is going to be really good in this. But I would propose to you the Arc Warlock build with Vesper of Radius. If we're going to do Risk Runner, I would do Vesper of Radius. So that's just how I would do this. If I'm rocking a solar build, it's like Sunshot, Polaris Lance, or Hierarchy of Needs or something. Yeah. Doing it that way. If it's Risk Runner, then I'm going to go all in on the Arc build, if that's the case. But it's to be mentioned, it's a really good exotic in 0 hour. So that's the exotic primary sort of situation. Now we can do this differently again. we could run something like Jotun, right? With Midnight Coup. So we could do Midnight Coup, Jotun, and again, we could do Edge Transit, or we could do Fixed Odds. There's all sorts of different things we can do. There's a numerous, and Jotun's fantastic, and he is good in Zero. I've used it before. So that's another option. Another way of doing this is do an exotic primary. So we could run Witherhoard, a good solar hand cannon, because we've got we've got the Empyrean and the Solace. So this can substitute what Sunshot would kind of do. But the power of that is that we can run an exotic in a different slot. So we could use Izanagi's Burden, Witherhoard, right? All sorts of stuff. You could use Revision Zero, I guess, because of its sniper mode, and it would melt in 0 hour. The thing about that would be is that you would lack restoration. Maybe run a solar fusion rifle like Curtis and Coordinate in the energy slot with Revision Zero. I mean, you could use Outbreak Perfected to a degree. I don't highly recommend that for newer players. This is for more advanced players who will be able to get away doing the Outbreak strat solo. So I don't highly recommend it to players, but Outbreak is good in certain scenarios. Plus, we're going to be able to craft it. So now let's move on to exotic heavies. So say we want to run an exotic heavy, we can run blind and nades, right? Well, I've got blind and handspike on this, so we could run blind and nades and a good solar primary. Like I say, something with hail clip, or this hand cannon, or the King's Fall hand cannon, etc. And then we can use like Xenophage. We can use Thunderlord, Melt, so all the way up into the boss, and then we can swap at the boss and then swap to something else like Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath's going to do really well in this, I think. Dragon's Breath's going to do good. Parasite could do good because of its burst damage. Anarchy's really good on tanks. We could do Anarchy Mountaintop, right? You could do a lot of things. So these are just all the suggestions to you. There are far more than what I've mentioned. And again, Dragon's Breath will be enhanced by Dawn Chorus. So you could do Dragon's Breath, Solar Hand Cannon, Mountaintop. That would be a good loadout for people. You wouldn't have to snipe. I'm just saying that this is a good way of going about things with 0 hour. Like I say, this is just a quick video before servers go down. Titans and Hunters, all the logic I've applied to this video can go to them as well. All right. So that was the information for the 0 hour. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.